It is May and it is time for some Star Wars cocktails. But if you know me, it'll be in the form of an old fashioned or at least something very close to one. Today, I'll be making the most famous blue cocktail in a galaxy far, far away. Welcome back to Old Fashioned Ways. I am Doc Martinez, or sometimes called Darth Vader. And if you didn't know me, I do love Star Wars. So I love to try to come up with different old fashions to celebrate Star Wars Day, or as I like to think, Star Wars Month. There's so many recipes out there for blue milk, and there are a lot of recipes for blue milk cocktails as well. So I will use some of these as inspiration. I will leave a link for the original cocktail in the description below. Cocktail quiz time. The milk was well known for being rich and refreshing. Its opaque color suggesting that it was also sweet. Blue milk can also be fermented into an alcohol version. When did blue milk make its debut? If you want to try a non-alcoholic blue milk, True Mood just came out and released a blue milk that you can get in most grocery stores. But if you want to try one with a little bit of a punch and in the form of an old-fashioned, this will be the one for you. If you enjoy these videos, please make sure to click on the like button. Also make sure to subscribe because we'll be doing an amazing giveaway when we hit 2,222 subs. I already have 20 bottles for that night. I plan to have more.
I want more.
Let's get into an old-fashioned riff on blue milk cocktail. Blue milk old-fashioned ingredients: 2 ounces of gin, half an ounce of blue curacao, half an ounce of Orgeat, 1 ounce of cream de coconut, 1 ounce of vanilla lime pineapple syrup, 1 or 2 dashes of lime bitters, 2 dashes of vanilla bitters. Let's start making the blue milk old fashioned. Now this one's gonna be a little bit different as we're making it in a shaker, and I know a lot of you out there say you do not make old fashioned in a shaker, but one of the original recipes does make it in a shaker, so you can go check that out if you want. But we're gonna make ours in a shaker today, and there's a reason for that.
I hope you have a reason.
So let's start off. So in the shaker, we're gonna start off by adding the half ounce of blue curacao. This is an orange liqueur that's a blue color, thus for the blue milk. We also want to add in half an ounce of the Orgeat. This will give it some almond flavor. We're also going to pour in 1 ounce of cream de coconut. Now, this is where a lot of people are going to say that does not make an old fashioned. Remember, I said it's old fashioned this. It's for Star Wars, so I'm trying to have some fun with it. You need to make sure you shake this up before you open it because there are big chunks in this if you don't. So I probably didn't shake it enough because there's still a lot of chunks, but I'll just kind of do it that way and get a full ounce in there. Very chunky. But this is gonna help with the consistency to make it look more like a milk.
That looked like milk to me.
That's why we're using it. Now we're gonna pour in 1 ounce of this vanilla lime pineapple syrup. Now this is very flavorful. I like the flavor of it. This is supposed to be a sweet drink. It's not very, spirit forward. Lots of flavors in this. Such a good syrup. I need to figure out what else to do with this before it goes bad. We're gonna add 1 or 2 dashes of lime bitters. And this is just to highlight the lime that's already in the simple syrup. Just depends how big your dashes come out if you want to add 1 or 2. Followed by 2 dashes of this Bob Vanilla bitters. I really like this vanilla bitters. It has a lot of flavor to it. If you've ever had blue milk, it's very vanilla forward, so I also want this one to be vanilla forward. We're going to be pouring in 2 ounces of this gin. Now, I've used this gin on another one. I don't know if that one's come out yet, but it's also a Star Wars drink. Now, this was given to me by my buddy, Iceman Can't Cook. So, perfect. Making Star Wars drinks with his gin. What better way to celebrate? I've made a mess over here. I'm pretty sticky. All right, let's add some ice to this. Put this on nice and tight because we don't want this to go everywhere, and let's shake this up. We have nice condensation on the outside, that way we know it's finished. And I always have trouble popping these open. All right, so we're gonna strain this into a Collins glass. Normally you put something into an old-fashioned glass. I figured this is a milk, so we need to do in a nice tall Collins glass, like you kind of like what you drink when you drink milk at home. Let's take 1 ice out of that. You can't cry over spilt milk, right? But I also put it in this special glass because who else would drink milk besides a young, growing baby Yoda? So there you have it, the blue milk. Cocktail quiz time. The milk was well known for being rich and refreshing. Its opaque color suggesting it was also sweet. Blue milk could also be fermented into an alcoholic version. When did blue milk make its debut? Blue milk made its debut in 1977 in the Star Wars film Episode 4 A New Hope, when Luke Skywalker was chatting with his Uncle Owen. Alright, It's time to taste the blue milk old fashioned. Let's go for that first sip. It is nice and sweet, but not overly sweet, amazingly. A lot of vanilla in this. Kind of does remind me of the blue milk that I did have when I was at Disneyland, trying the blue milk there. Good consistency. No, I like it. Is it really truly an old fashioned? It has spirits, it has sugar, it has bitters, but it has a few other things in it too. So a lot of you purists out there would be saying that's not an old fashioned, but I'm letting it fall into that category. I'm letting it slide because it's Star Wars. So I know this one was pushing the limits of an old fashioned, and it pushes the rules. But when it comes to Star Wars month, I think it's so worth it because we're doing this more for fun.
For fun! For fun?
Thanks again for joining me on another journey down my old fashioned rabbit hole. Cheers, and may the force be with you.